Apparently, this governor right here, Mr. Goofy Goober, boy, he's running he's running for governor of Florida, and he has this new bright idea to put a sin tax on OnlyFans income.
But allow me to do it. I want to break some news here with you, Joel. I hadn't planned to do this, but allow me to do it, which is that as Florida governor in year one, I will push for the first of its kind OnlyFans sin tax. If you are a so-called OnlyFans creator in Florida, you are going to pay 50% to the state on whatever you so-called earn via that online degeneracy platform. And that money,
Okay, I wonder what his opinion is on things like Kalshi and all these prediction markets and gambling. I wonder what he called those if he's not being paid by them. Because, you know, these people, they only like, I've never paid for an OnlyFans, so I'm not defending OnlyFans. Why would I pay for something that's free? I'm a cheap motherfucker, you feel me? I am cheap. I am not paying for nothing that's free, that I can get for free. Like, why would I do that? That's dumb. I'm not ill in the head. But, like, these people, they only care about, you know, who's funding them or who's putting money in their pocket. Like, if the gambling industry is putting money in their pocket, and I don't mind them regulating or putting, you know, I don't know if it's a section or tariffs, whatever you want to call it, on OnlyFans models' income. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that. But what are you going to do about the other degenerate things that are going in our society?
money will be used to fund our education system, will be used to fund the crisis pregnancy centers, will be used to fund the first of its kind mental health czar for men in particular, because men have been told for far too long that they are guilty of masculinity, that they are guilty of all of society's ills. I'm not going to stand for that slanderous lie. What I'm going to do is I am going to end.
This man is trying to get the red pill vote. That's what he's trying to do. He got his tongue out. He got his tongue out and he's on his knees, waiting for it, begging for it. I hate people that I don't know, the word I am looking for is not coming to me. But I feel like he's pandering. He's pandering for the red pill vote. Like his talking points.
This lie that toxic masculinity is responsible for all the sins and ills of society.
I think as a governor, you should not represent just men. You are there to represent the people of Florida, not just the men of Florida, the women of Florida, the children of Florida. You are there to represent Florida as a whole. Like his talking point just sounds like he's pandering just to men and to red pill men or men who cares about this thing. And, you know, that group, I think, is very large in Florida.
If you're an OnlyFans model and you reside in Florida, get ready to pay 50% of your income to the state. It is called a sin tax because it is a sin, number one. But the purpose of a sin...
By who? Who says? Who says? Oh, man, there's so many of these stories. I don't know if we have enough time to get into it. There's so many of these stories. Like, these guys, they're so fake. They're so fake. These people, they're so fake. Everything they tell you, don't believe them. Look left. When they tell you look right, look left. I remember this story. I don't remember his name, but there's this Republican dude. I don't remember if he was a senator or governor. I don't remember what he was. But he was so anti-gay. Everything, every law, every time he get a chance, he was anti the gays. And just to come to find out, they caught him doing a dirty deed with another dude. Don't believe these guys. They're like two-faced people. Like, don't, especially when it comes to anything that has to do with the S word. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're deviants themselves. They're just reflecting in the mirror. Like, your goal is to keep the people of Florida happy or to make laws that reflect the value of the people of Florida. Not what you're doing behind closed doors. Nobody cares. Well, I don't care, at least.
Tax and economics is to disincentivize and deter.
And also, people are just gonna move out. People are just gonna move to a different state. Like, also with like we see what happens with Texas banning the P word. Like these people are dumb. Like people, you don't know anything about VPNs. People use VPNs. Like they're just gonna go get it somewhere else. People are gonna move, or they're not gonna report their income. Although you know what I'm saying, like OnlyFans is collecting it. People are just gonna register their businesses into a different state while they're still living in Florida. There's so many loopholes. The system is designed to have loopholes. I'll just register my business in Delaware while I still live in Florida, and I get a mailbox that's registered in Delaware. You don't know where I live. Then I'll just report my taxes in Delaware. These people, especially like the top models who have a lot of money, they can still live in Florida and have, you know, a mailbox somewhere, or like have an apartment that they're paying a few $100s for in Delaware in the middle of nowhere. Like $1,000 a month is nothing if they're making millions and millions of dollars and pay their taxes in that state. Like, this is a useless law, in my personal opinion.
A behavior. And yes, as Florida governor, I don't want young women who could otherwise be mothers raising families
For what reason? That's the other thing I don't get. I don't get these talking points. I'm sorry. It's fucking useless. It's not helping anybody. Like these, you know, I've been having these conversations regarding how people are forcing people to have kids, or like you're a certain age, you should be having kids. It should be no. I do not want to continue this process. They want you to have kids so you can continue contributing to this scam system. So you can continue contributing to Social Security, the pyramid scheme, the Ponzi scheme that it is. Like, because they need new people. Because as I get older, I'm going to depend on Gen Alpha to go to work so they can contribute to my retirement. And so forth and so on, until it runs out of money. Because that's all it is. Like, you don't have to go have kids. Says who? Who are you benefiting by having kids? If you don't want kids, you don't have to have kids. Like the logic was a thing of the past. In the past, of course, people were having kids because you could buy a freaking house with with having a minimum wage job. You can't do that now. You could be making 6 figures and you can't afford a freaking house, or you can't raise a family unless you live in like, you know, bumfuck Egypt. For real. Like, it just, man. Anyways.
Children. I don't want them to be selling their bodies to sick men online.
I don't disagree with that point. I think especially like younger people who are 18, but also I live in Florida. I lived in Florida. Florida pays very little. All their jobs pay very little. I understand because of supply and demand. There's a lot of freaking people that live there. You know, it's big cities. People live, and you know, it's very little jobs. A lot of people, they're all competing for the same job. So the employers just pay very little. These people, they're gonna do something that's gonna pay them more. Like, especially if they don't want to go to school anymore. A lot of these young girls, if they're hot, they just go do OnlyFans because why not? You know what I'm saying? It pays more than getting a job where you got to go there 5 days a week. You got to work there on the holidays. You never really have time off. You know, they're going to fire you whenever they want, and they're paying you crap anyways. Like, it's two sides to the coin. And I do agree that young girls or young men shouldn't have to sell their bodies to make a living. But on the other side of the coin is like, we don't have any laws protecting them. We don't have any laws doing anything to make sure that the kids, the younger generation, have a better future. All he's talking about is not for a better future. He's just talking about points that will benefit his, you know, his side, his I'm guessing his Republican, his red side, just to, you know, pander to them. Not anything that will benefit the younger generation for real. This is as a result of a bigger problem. It's not just, you know, people are doing OnlyFans just because. It's because, you know, the opportunities are less and less and less and less. University is so much more expensive. The jobs are paying less and less and less. They are hiring less and less and less. That's the consequence. That's why.
And I don't want young, impressionable men who have strayed from Christ, who have strayed from our Lord and Savior, to be
shut the fuck up.
told and drawn into lust and have their entire brain rewired. We will raise hundreds of millions of dollars of income on the OnlyFans sin tax. And if we don't, Joel, if we don't raise that income, you know what it'll mean? It will mean something even greater has materialized for the young women and young men of our state, that the OnlyFans industry and its supporters, and you know who those supporters are, Joel, that its supporters will have been utterly robbed of their ability to rob us, not just of our hard-earned wages, but of
Rob us. Who's us? Who's us? Who's the us? He sound hurt. He sound like somebody took his money. And you know, I'm neither for nor against OnlyFans, but I think selling sex is as old as time. We all know that. Like, when are we gonna learn this lesson? How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? When are we gonna learn this lesson, man? People are gonna sell sex for as long as we exist on this little planet. You know what I'm saying? And when the robots take over, they're gonna sell sex too. That's just the way the ball rolls. You know what I mean? That's just the game. For real. That's just the game.